so that the other participants will able to know. Okay, right. So friction. So friction is in your engineering mechanics subject. It is a fourth chapter. Okay. So today in this lecture, I am going to cover on introduction to friction. Okay. The problematic part also there in this particular chapter. Today I am going to focus on the introduction part of the, that is theory part of the friction. Okay. So friction in our day-to-day life, we are experiencing the friction. Suppose we are walking. Okay. Otherwise, even we are using the mobile phone. Okay. So how will we use the mobile phone? We have touch screen. We are using this touch screen. Okay. So our finger contact with this screen, right? So our finger has been contact with the screen. So this screen have some sensitivity. Okay. This sensitivity should be not high sensitivity or not low sensitivity. Okay. If the sensitivity is high means we are not using this application in this mobile properly. If the sensitivity is low means that is also a problem. So the sensitivity of the screen should be in a perfect condition, correct amount. Okay. So say example, this is a very simple example. We are touching the screen. We feel some friction. We are scrolling the screen. We feel some friction. Okay. So we are walking and we are running. Okay. In our day-to-day life, there are a lot of activities we are doing. Okay. Each and every activity we are experiencing the friction. Okay. Right. Let me tell you some of the examples of friction. Right. With some, I have some toys with my kid. I stolen from a kid. So I have some toys. So just I will show you some of the toys to you. So I have a surface. Okay. The surface may be, it is a wooden surface actually. The surface may be whatever it is. Okay. Suppose I have a structure over the surface. Okay. In this surface, this structure experiencing the friction, because if in any civil engineering structures around the world, okay, the wind is blowing through the structure. Okay. The wind hits the building. Okay. So because of the wind, this structure gets some friction. And also this structure is over the earth or any surface. Okay. So the contact between the surface and the structure, there is a contact point. So here the friction get developed. Suppose any external force acting over the structure. Okay. This structure will react. Okay. There is the internal force within the structure. Okay. Because we are anchored the structure in the ground. Okay. Suppose I am applying a external force in the lateral direction. It will not move till up to some point. Okay. So this is because of the frictional resistance at the bottom of the earth or surface. Okay. That is the contact point between this bottom of this, the contact point between these two mediums. Okay. The structure, bottom of the structure and the top surface of the surface. Okay. And another example is, suppose I have an object. Okay. I have an object. In this object, I am applying a force. So this is in static condition. Right now, it is this object in static condition. Suppose I am applying a force, it will not move. A little amount of force I am applying here. This will not move. The meaning of it having some frictional resistance. Okay. Because this surface is a wooden surface. Suppose, please, you can assume it is a glassy surface or it is a tile surface. The frictional resistance may be low. Okay. Comparing to this wooden surface. Suppose I am applying the force. This object not moving. I am increasing the force. Okay. I am increasing the force means this object will move. The object is moving means what the reason behind is this surface losing the frictional resistance. That's why this object is moved. Okay. Suppose I fix the object in this surface means it never moves. Even if I am applying a force over this means it never moves. Okay. This is the second object. This experiencing, suppose it is a static condition means this experiencing some kind of friction. I will tell you later on what friction it is. There are different types of frictions are there. What friction this is experiencing. Okay, this experiencing some kind of friction. Okay, suppose I have a mouse. We are using in laptop. We are using the mouse. Okay, I am moving the mouse with the surface. Okay, there is a sliding action is going on. Okay, this is also a one of the friction. We are using the mouse pad also. Okay, why we are using the mouse pad instead of our ordinary table? Sometimes we are there are roughness of the surface is not properly, means the cursor is not going properly. So that's why we are using the mouse point. Okay, right. Next, I have an movable object. Okay, car. Okay, this is also experiencing some friction because this is moving over the surface. Its surface may be a bitumen road or concrete road. Okay, any surface it is moving. Oh, because of the friction, the vehicle will move. The automobile vehicle will move. Okay, suppose you experience, you seen in the day-to-day life. Suppose the vehicle stuck into the slurry or the vehicle stuck into the sandy layer. Okay, the wheel will rotate. The wheel will rotate, but the vehicle will not move. The reason is the friction is lost in that place. Okay, suppose we want to run or we want to walk or we want to drive a vehicle, we need friction. Okay, so friction is plays a vital role in any activity in the world. Okay, right, this one. And there is an aircraft, right? There is an aircraft. How it will take off and flying? So because of the wind resistance, that is also one kind of friction. Okay, suppose the aircraft is flying over the sky. Okay, the wind is hitting in opposite direction in the aircraft component. Okay, so this aircraft experience some friction due to the wind action. Okay, so that's why the aircraft, the front portion is designed in a curved part. If it is a flat part, means the speed automatically reduced because of the wind resistance. Okay, you see all, even our vehicle, the front side of our two-wheeler or front side of the car or front side of the any vehicle, it may be curved shape because of the, we need to the vehicle will go in the forward direction against the wind. Okay, so that's why the front portion of the vehicle always curved. Okay, so these are all the some of the example to understand the what is friction. Okay, so let I go into the presentation, right? Okay, right. I hope my presentation screen is. Wait a minute. I will go to the presenter view so that you will view my presentation. I hope my presentation, my PowerPoint screen is visible to you all. Please, anyone reply? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So today we are going to. I just a minute before I just give the what is friction. Just for your understanding, I give the some examples. Okay, some with the help of some objects, some toys. I will give example for what is friction. Okay, so in our day-to-day life, how the friction is working. Okay, now let me go into this in our chapter. So this is the friction we have in your syllabus. So this is the content available in your syllabus in the chapter 4. The first one is the law of friction. Second one is the coefficient of friction, dry friction, wedge friction, ladder friction, and rolling resistance. This is the content available in your syllabus. Okay. So today lecture I am going to cover in the theory part of this content. Okay. there is a problem in ladder friction, there is a problem in dry friction, there is a problem in wet friction. Okay. In the future lecture video presentation, we will cover the problematic part. Today lecture totally deals with the theoretical component of this friction. Okay, right. So the outline of my today talk is, number one is introduction about friction, second one is the types of friction, and third one is the what are the stages available in the friction. Okay, and fourth one is the there are some terminologies we need to keep in mind while dealing with the friction. Okay, and fifth one is the what are the laws available in this friction, and sixth one is the friction of objects on different planes. Planes may be horizontal, planes may be inclined. Okay, so what are the objects, friction of objects on different planes? Okay, how it will behave in different planes. Okay, finally we will going to summarize this today's presentation. Okay, right. Okay, first introduction of the friction. We have the formal definition. Okay, right. Whenever the two surfaces of the body are in contact, this is very important, in contact, there is some resistance to sliding between them. Okay, suppose I have in my palm, I am swapping like this. Okay, I am feeling some friction. Okay, the opposing force to the moment is called as friction. Otherwise, we can call this as force of friction, sometimes frictional resistance. Okay, the opposing force to the moment is called as friction or force of friction, or it is called as frictional resistance. Okay, so it is because of the interlocking of the surface as a result of the presence of roughness and irregularities at the contact surface. So every surface having some roughness, coefficient of friction. Okay, so we have a tiled surface and we have a concrete rough surface, we have a glassy surface. Okay, so every surface, no surface is very smooth in the world. Even if you take a tile surface or if you take a glass surface, it is not a 100% smooth. Okay, if you see in the microscope, using the microscope, you can see in the surface of the tiles there is some undulations are there or irregularities are there. This irregularities plays a vital role in the friction. Okay, it makes the friction. Okay, the roughness makes the friction at the contact surfaces. Right. So next, the resisting force acts in the direction opposite to the movement. So always this is the general thing. Suppose I am applying a force. This is not only friction. In any case, suppose I am applying a force in this direction. In the opposite direction, there is some resisting force. Even if you are applying a vertically on load, okay, there is a opposite reaction in the upward direction. Then only the object or structure in stable position or equilibrium position. Right. Right. In the next, a force of friction come into play whenever there is a relative motion between two parts. Okay, some energy is wasted in order to overcome the resistance due to the friction. Okay, the last statement I am going, I will give small example. Suppose I am pulling a car. Okay, at some moment the car will not move. Okay, at some moment I am applying a force in the car will not move at some moment. Okay, during that moment I am wasting my energy. Once the car is start to move, my total energy transferred into the car. So that is the meaning of the last thing. Some energy is wasted in order to overcome the resistance due to the force of the friction. Okay, right. Next, what is force of friction? So here there is an diagram. Okay, there is a surface here. Over the surface there is an object or block is there. Okay, so you know the self weight of the block is acting downward direction. Okay, this is W. So W is called as mass into acceleration due to the mg, acceleration due to gravity. Okay, and because of this downward load there is an upward normal reaction, then only this block is in equilibrium position. Okay, so this is the condition, and I am going to apply an horizontal force or lateral force over the block to pull the block. Otherwise I can push the block also. Both are same. according to the principles of transmissibility, this force is equal to this force. Okay, so this is the direction of impending motion. Okay, so while applying the force, because of the surface roughness, there is an force of friction or frictional resistance in the opposite direction. I am applying the external force in this direction. To this direction, there is an equal and opposite forces in the opposite direction. Okay, so here, so this is the free body diagram of this picture, real picture. Okay, so there is a downward load W weight, okay, mass into acceleration due to gravity. This is reaction, and this is the friction. Now you can take the resultant for this friction and a normal reaction. Okay, so force of friction or frictional resistance is the opposite force to the moment of the body over the surface of another body. Okay, so here W is the weight of the body, mass into acceleration due to gravity. N is the normal reaction here, N. Okay, so small f is the frictional force. Okay, next P is the applied force to the body. This is P. Okay, applied force to the body. And R is the reactive force, sorry, total reaction, that is resultant. Okay, and this resultant and normal force make an angle phi. This is called angle of friction. This is very important. While solving the problem, this is required. Okay, so while solving the problem, we need angle of friction and also coefficient of the surface. What is the coefficient of friction also required? Okay, because there is some roughness. The depends upon the surface of this object. It may be rubber or it may be a tiled floor. Okay, so depends upon the surface. The pulling force is required to pull the object. Okay. Next, now I am going to what are all the different types of friction. Okay, majorly friction has been classified into two categories. One is the wet friction, another one is the dry friction. So wet friction also called as fluid friction. Okay, the fluid may be air or it may be a water. Okay, in the other hand, we have a dry friction. So the dry friction has been developed by Coulomb. Then it is called as Coulomb friction. Okay, the dry friction again subdivided into two categories. One is the static friction and another one is the kinetic friction or dynamic friction. Okay, again the dynamic or kinetic friction again subclassified into two categories. Number one is the sliding friction and another one is the rolling friction. Let's see the what is wet friction, what is dry friction with some examples. Right. Okay. Right. See this image. The first image. So this is the example for static friction. There is a surface is there. Over the surface there is an object. So this object is in rest condition. There is no external force acting over the object. Okay. So this object in the rest condition, in the surface there is a frictional resistance is there because of the surface contact of the surface and contact of the object. There is a frictional resistance are there. Okay. This is the no motion. If it is a static means there is no motion. Okay. And the second one is the sliding friction or sliding motion. Right. So sliding motion, just we are take it as an example of mouse. I am moving the mouse. Okay, that is the example for sliding friction. Or what are the other examples? Some persons skating in the ice surface. Okay, a snow surface. That is also example for the sliding friction or sliding motion. Okay, and third one is the rolling motion or rolling friction. Okay, so we can use a lot of example in this. The car is moving, the automobile is moving, or a football is playing, running over the surface of the grass. So these are all the example for the rolling motion. All moving parts comes under this category, rolling friction. Okay. See this, I will give some of the images. First images, a sofa resting over the floor. Okay. So you are applying the force here. There is a resistance force. If the sofa is not moved because of this external force, then it is called as static friction. If it is moved means it is a sliding friction. Okay. And second, a man moving this object, this furniture. Okay. So he is giving some energy to this to move this object. So till the object has been moved, the energy has been lost. Okay. And once the object is start to move, the person energy start transferring into this object. Okay, so this is also at the moment the object is in static position. This is called that is called static friction. When the object is starting to move means that is the sliding friction. See the third picture. There is a person playing in this ladder skating. Okay, so this person is skating in this ladder skating arrangement. So this is subjected to sliding friction. It slides over this downward surface. Okay, see this figure. 3 guys. Okay, sitting on the skater. Okay, this skater is sliding over the ice surface. Okay, this is also an example for the sliding friction. And see this picture. A person is playing with the ball. Okay, so he is roll the ball. Okay, roll the ball. The ball is rolling over the surface. So this is the example for rolling friction. You can say another example. If you are riding the cycle, this is also example for rolling friction. And fluid friction. Okay, fluid friction, we have water, liquid, as well as air. Okay, so a person swimming in the ocean or water. Okay, so the person experience the fluid is he is swimming against the water. Okay, against the force of the water, he is experiencing the fluid pressure. Okay, so this is called fluid friction. And another one is the aircraft. Okay, flying in the air. Okay, this aircraft experiencing the fluid friction. And another one is a person flying using the parachute. Okay, this person is experiencing the fluid friction subjected to wind blow over the person. Okay, and another, a ship is floating or moving over the sea surface. Okay, the bottom of the ship surface experiencing the fluid friction. Okay, so these are all some of the examples of the fluid friction. Okay, next, actually I have 2 video components in this presentation, but the voice is not audible. I checked, the voice is not audible. Just I play. If audible means you can say. Okay, anyone please unmute yourself. The video is audible to you?
No, sir.
Okay, let's skip the video. I will share this presentation to you, no problem. I will skip the video. 2 videos are there, totally 5 minutes. I will skip these 2 video components. And now, what are the types of friction is over. What are the types of friction? Just I recall you. There is a wet friction, and another side is the Coulomb friction or dry friction. In the Coulomb friction or dry friction, there is a static friction. Another one is the kinetic or dynamic friction. In that kinetic or dynamic friction, we have 2 components, sliding friction and rolling friction. Okay, right. So this graph is very, very important because the stages of friction. Okay, how the object transforming from the static to kinematic. Okay, suppose this is the graph. So in the y-axis, there is an frictional force. Fs max means frictional resistance force. In the x-axis, applied force. Suppose I have an object over the surface. I am pulling the object. At some point, the object will not move. Okay, that is, I am applying the force, 1 unit force, the object will not move. So the curve of this graph is continuous in a straight line. Okay, that is in linear motion. Up to this point, the object will not move. Okay, because of the resistance at the surface. Okay, at some point, I am increasing the force means suddenly the object will try to move. Okay, try to move. At that time, the frictional force get lost. That is, there is a drop here. This is called sliding point. After that, the object will be moved. Okay, so that is the frictional. The loss of friction is uniform, so that the object will continuously move. So this is the difference between static and kinematic friction of an object. Okay, so an object is in position while applying the force till the object is not moving. There is a linear curve. Okay, this is a linear curve. After that, once the object starts to move, the frictional force get dropped. Okay, at some moment it is uniform. The meaning of the uniform is the object is uniformly moving. Okay, so this is the stages of friction from static to kinematic, right? Right. Now, if you are going to solve some problems with the friction, means we need to understand some terminology. Okay. Number one is the angle of friction. So first of all, what is the angle of friction means? So see this diagram. See this picture. So this the angle between resultant and the normal force. So this normal force, because of this self weight of the object, there is an opposite reaction in the upward direction. This is normal. This resultant is resultant of this frictional force as well as this one normal force. It gets resultant force R. The angle between R and N is called as phi, or sometimes it is called as theta also. Okay, some textbook it be denoted as theta, or you can use phi symbol also. This is phi symbol. You can use phi symbol also. This is the angle of friction. So it is the angle made by the resultant R of the normal reaction N and the limiting force of friction. So here, what is the limiting force of friction? So in the previous diagram, I said up to this point, the curve is linear. That is the meaning of the linear means the object will not move. So up to this point, the friction is limiting friction. After that, it will get destroyed. Okay. So that is the limiting friction and made with the direction of the normal reaction. So here R is the resultant of the normal reaction N and force of friction F. So we have studied this equation in the first chapter. Resultant equal to square root of horizontal component as well as vertical component, square root of n square plus f square. Okay. So here phi is the angle of friction. So you can use the, if you want to calculate the angle of friction, you can use the tan phi. So tan phi equal to tan inverse of f by n, right? So far it is clear. Hello, please
yes, sir.
reply. Okay, thank you. Right. Next, the first terminology we discussed angle of friction, and the second one is the coefficient of friction. This is very, very important. Okay, so it is plays a vital role in this friction problem. Okay, so it is the ratio of limiting friction force and the normal friction force. So coefficient of friction generally denoted as mu. The symbol mu, which is equal to small f by n. This small f is the frictional resistance and the capital N is the normal reaction opposite to the gravity weight. Okay, so which is called as tan phi, because in the previous slide tan phi equal to f by n, tan phi equal to f by n. Okay, so mu equal to f by n, which is equal to tan phi. So small from this equation, f equal to n into mu into n or n into mu. Okay, f equal to friction factor f equal to mu into n. So mu depends upon the nature of the contact surface. We have lot of surfaces. There is a bitumen road means bitumen surface, or concrete road means concrete surface. We are working over the tiled surface. Okay, so every contact surface, every material of the surface having different coefficient of friction values. Okay, this needs to be taken into account while solving the problem. Okay, so mu depends upon the nature of the contact surface. Its value is very low for lubricants, okay, and high for dry friction. Suppose I am applying a lubricant oil in my hand. Okay, I can easily swap my hand. Okay, suppose I am a dry hand, means there is no I am feeling some friction. So that's why here given very low for lubricant surfaces and high for dry friction. That's why we are skidding while in the surface there is some water or there is some oil, means that's why we are skidding. Okay, the friction is totally lost. Okay, there is some oil or water, means that are all kind of lubricants. Okay, right. We say dry means there is some frictional resistance are there, right? Okay, so these are all the, actually there are a lot of things are there. I am giving some of the little bit examples. If we have rubber on dry concrete, suppose a bike or a car moving over the concrete surface, dry concrete surface, the static friction, that is the vehicle, rubber means the tire of the vehicle. Okay, so it is static condition, rest condition, the frictional resistance, that is coefficient of friction mu s. This s stands for static. Okay, 1. If it is a kinetic, if it is the car is moving, during the moving the resistance is reduced. Okay, suppose the rubber on the wet concrete, so see the variation. During the wet the resistance is low. Okay, in kinetic during the value is 0.7 to 0.5. Okay, the same concrete but the surface is wet. Here dry, here wet, but these two materials are same. This is rubber and concrete. Okay, so that's why during the rainy season, the vehicles moving in over the surface, there are some possibilities of accident. Okay, because we are applying a brake during the rainy season, the vehicle will not stop immediately. Okay, it will take some time because of this loss of friction. Okay, similarly there are a lot of materials are there: wood to wood, waxed wood to wet snow, metal on wood, steel on steel dry condition, steel on steel oiled condition, Teflon on steel. Okay, we are while bike or car servicing, we are saying please do Teflon coating. Okay, that is the meaning of this. Teflon on steel, or bone lubrication by Snowiel fluids, shoes on wood, shoes on ice, ice to ice, steel on ice. So these are some of the things. There are a lot of things. Every material having some frictional resistance. Okay, right. So see the frictional resistance value. If it is a oiled steel to steel oiled, means the frictional resistance is very, very low. Okay, so there is a possibility of sliding. Okay, so if you are using some lubrication over the surface, means it is easy to slide the object. Okay, right. So here also kinetic 0.03, it is very, very low. So see this, it is very low, 0.015. Okay, right. I will move on to the next slide. The third terminology is angle of repose. Suppose my object is in a inclined plane. Okay, so in that inclined plane, the angle will place the vital role. Okay, so the body of weight W is lying on a rough plane, inclined and with a horizontal. The body is in equilibrium under the action of following forces. Number 1. Okay, so this is the special case for inclined plane. The object is, suppose a car is moving over the hill road. Okay, there is an inclined surface, the car is over the hill road. We need to find the frictional resistance. Okay, in what way keep the car in moving or static condition in the sloped surface. Okay, or how to keep the body in equilibrium while the object in the sloped surface, that we need to calculate. So the following forces has been act in this slow angle of repose, that is sloped surface, object in sloped surface. So weight of the body W, it is acting in it has two components. One is the sine alpha, this is alpha, not A, this is alpha, inclined to the W sine alpha parallel to the inclined plane. See here, this is W sine alpha. So the weight of the object is acting vertically downward. Okay, if you want to resolve this, this is the alpha value. Okay, actually this is like this. This is the surface. So this is perpendicular line. The weight of the object is always vertical to this object. So if you are, this is your alpha, means W sine alpha, that is it get transshifted into parallel. That is the W sine alpha to the inclined plane. This is the inclined plane, your inclined plane. Similarly, and W cos alpha normal to the plane means vertical. This is W cos alpha. This should be vertical, a little bit inclined. Okay, this is W cos alpha, this is W sine alpha. Okay, so these are the things in angle of repose. Next, when the body tends to slide down the plane, the frictional force must act upon the plane, and when the body is being pulled up. Okay, basically because of the gravitation, if the vehicle placed on the inclined surface, automatically it goes down. So we need to pull the body or keep the object in equilibrium position. We need to apply some force. We need to understand the angles, all those things. Okay. So being pulled, the force of the friction act downwards to the opposite motion. So by selecting the reference of coordinates with x in the direction inclined to the plane, this one, this, sorry, this parallel to the inclined plane, and a normal y-axis is normal to the inclined plane. Okay, inclined plane and the y-axis perpendicular or normal to the inclined plane. Now you are going to apply the equilibrium equation. Summation of fx equal to 0. The frictional resistance small f equal to w, capital W into sine alpha. We already seen here, capital W into sine alpha, frictional resistance. Frictional resistance is in this direction. Okay, that's why it is, the frictional resistance should be in the opposite direction. Okay. Similarly, summation of Fy which is equal to normal force. This is normal force. If you are using W into cos alpha, you will get the normal force. Okay. Now, small f. So you can divide from this to this. Small f by n, that is frictional force divided by normal force. W sin alpha divided by W cos alpha. Cancel these two things. You will get sin alpha by cos alpha equal to tan alpha. Okay. But you know, f by n which is equal to mu. That is coefficient of friction. Okay, f by, we already discussed in the 3-4 slides back. F by n equal to, small f by n equal to mu which is equal to tan alpha. Okay, right. So this is all about angle of repose. Okay. Next, I will move into the laws of friction. What are the laws of? Basically, we have two laws. One is the law of static friction, and another one is the law of kinematic or dynamic friction. Let's look into the law of static friction. There are 4 or 5 points given in this law of static friction. Number 1, the force of the friction always act in the direction opposite to that in which the body tends to move. This is the first one. Okay. So if you are placing an object, you are in an inclined surface, or you are placing an object in an horizontal surface, you are pulling the object, the resistance force, that is frictional force, always in the opposite direction of the applied force. Okay. If the force of friction would have been seen absent. Okay. So this is the first law. Second one is the magnitude of the force of friction is exactly equal to the force. Okay, the magnitude of the force of friction. Suppose I am giving 5 kilonewton force to pull the object. The same 5 kilonewton force in the opposite direction, that is the frictional resistance. That is the meaning of the point number 2. Okay, equal to the force which tends to move the body. And third one is the force of friction is independent. It is not dependent of the area of the contact between the two surfaces. Okay. So the force of friction is independent, not dependent of the area of contact between two surfaces. Suppose I have surface and an object. So this force of friction, okay, force of friction means small f. It is not depend with the area of the contact surface. Okay, that is the third law. And fourth, the force of friction depends upon the roughness of the surface. That is important. We have seen the lot of roughness coefficient. Dry concrete with rubber, wet concrete with rubber. Okay, wet condition with rubber. Okay, so the force of friction ultimately depends upon the roughness of the surface, because the vehicle, the moving vehicle, will behave in the dry condition and differently behave in the wet condition. Okay, so it plays an important role in the force of friction, that is the roughness of the surface. And the last one is the magnitude of the limiting friction bears a constant ratio. That is, the constant ratio is the mu. Mu means coefficient of friction. The values are constant. Okay, I gave some values. F by R is which is equal to constant. Okay, right. Ratio to the normal reaction between the surface. Mathematically, you can call it as F by R, which is equal to mu. This one. This is constant. When it is constant, limiting friction bears, that is up to the linear position. In the previous slides, we have seen the graph from static to dynamic. What is the resisting friction? Okay. So after that, the from static to dynamic, the friction, that is coefficient of friction, getting lost or getting reduced. Okay. So where F is the limiting friction and R is the normal reaction. Okay, right. Next one is the law of kinetic or dynamic friction. So these are the three laws are given. The force of friction always act in the direction opposite to the in which the body is moving. This is similar to the law of static friction. Okay, and second point is the magnitude of the kinetic friction bears a constant ratio to the normal reaction between the surfaces during the normal from that is static to static to kinetic. The coefficient of friction reduced. Inside the kinetic friction, the coefficient of friction is same, constant, that is constant. Okay, but this ratio is slightly less than in the case of limiting friction. Okay, and third point is for moderate speed, the force of friction remains constant. Okay, you in day-to-day life we are experiencing this third point. In moderate speed, please note down this word, moderate speed. For moderate speed, the force of friction remains constant, but it decreases slightly with the increase of the speed. Suppose I am driving a vehicle in a 60 km/h. I have a control with that vehicle. Okay. Suppose I am applying a brake, means the vehicle will stop. Suppose I am increasing the speed up to the 100 km/h or 120 km/h. What will happen? If I suddenly applied the brake, means automatically the friction will get lost. Okay, so then the vehicle leads to the accident. Okay, so this is the third point of the kinetic friction, right? Okay, coming to the last slide of this today's presentation. Okay, so actually this thing, that is friction of objects stand on different planes. These are this slide, the expansion of the slide. Okay, we are going to deal in the next video presentation. Just I list out these what are the cases are available in the friction problems. Okay, number one is the rough horizontal plane. Okay, this one, rough horizontal plane, over the object is there. I am applying the force. I will calculate what is the frictional resistance small f. This is one kind of problem. In this there are two cases are there. Suppose I am not applying the force, no moving force, the object is there. What is the frictional force? Ultimately 0. Okay, right. And second one is I am applying the force, the second case, body moving under the pull or push. Okay, so this is the first one, and second one is the rough inclined plane. Suppose I have an inclined plane, there is an object over the inclined plane. Okay, there are two categories of problems there may be chances to ask. One is what force required to pull the object, because this object in not horizontal position, already in inclined position, force is acting like this, it having some angle alpha. Okay, automatically because of the self weight it will going downwards. Okay, so I need to keep the object here in equilibrium position. That is the first question. And second question, extra force I need to apply to pull the object. This is the second problem, rough inclined plane. We have a lot of categories here. Number one is equilibrium condition for different angle of inclination plane. Number two is body sliding downwards. Number three is body upwards and inclined plane. Okay, in angle of inclination is less than, so in the equilibrium condition for different angles, that is one is angle of inclination less than the angle of friction, angle of inclination more than the angle of friction. In that we have three categories. One is along the inclined plane, and second one is the resisting force applied in the horizontal direction, and third one is the force applied at the angle phi with the inclined plane. Okay, these two are generally static. Okay, and third and fourth, ladder friction and wedge friction. This is also, suppose a surface is there, a wall is there, there is a ladder resting on the wall, one point resting on the wall and another edge resting on the floor. So we need to solve this problem. This is the ladder friction. As well as wedge friction means there is a ramp like surface, wedge. This kind of problem also we need to focus. So these are all we are going to discuss in the next video presentation. So this is all about the introduction to the friction. Okay, Next, I will summarize this today's topic. First, we discussed the introduction part. So, what is friction? What are the examples of friction? Okay, and we will move on to the we have moved on to the types of friction: wet friction, dry friction, or Coulomb friction. In that, there are a lot of categories. That is static friction, dynamic or kinetic friction. In that kinetic friction, we have sliding friction, rolling friction, and so on. Okay. And the fourth one is the important definition. What is angle of repose and what is coefficient of friction, and so on. And fifth is the law of friction. We have discussed static law of friction and dynamic law of friction. Okay. Finally, we can just outline the friction of objects of different planes. Okay. So these are all about my today's presentation. Thank you very much. Now the time is open to you. You can ask if you have any doubts. Okay, so that I will close my presentation. Right, I will close my presentation. Right. Right. Okay. Now the platform is open to you. If you have any doubts in this presentation, you can raise your doubts. Hello. Yes. Hello.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, in space, what type of friction takes place, sir?
In space, fluid friction, I said, na. Fluid friction. Okay. Fluid friction means, if it is a air, means the air resistance is over the object is there. Because of the wind, the object, that is, suppose I am taking aircraft. The aircraft experiencing the this wind blow. The speed of the aircraft depends upon the wind blow and the surface of the body. Okay, if it is a liquid surface, say you can take it as a water. A person swimming in the water, or a ship is moving over the water. Because of the water pressure, the way the ship or person experience the liquid friction.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next. Anyone? Otherwise, you can comment also in my presentation. If you have any comments, you can share. That this is okay, this is very good, or this is you need to improve, like that. You have comment, you can share your comments also. Hello. What's the time now? So exactly we will wind it up in 11:30 in 1 hour. You can just speak anything. Otherwise, we will wind up. Say thank you, bye bye. We will wind up it. Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
So far it is clear and audible. The presentation
Yes,
is
sir.
okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Clear, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
If you have, I will share this presentation to in Moodle. You can refer it. If you have any doubt, you can reply as a mail or text in WhatsApp text. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank 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 you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.